Yo guys, what's going on? My name's CoLiNieS here, and welcome back to another commentary. So today, I actually have a pretty awesome guest with me today. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, my name's Mark Landels, and I am Colin's dad, so I'm a proud man today.
Okay, so yeah, if you heard that, then you know that I actually have my dad with me to do this commentary. I asked you guys a question a while back, if you guys would, who you guys like me to do a dual commentary with when I hit 1,000 subscribers. And a lot of you guys said my dad, so...
Alright, I like that.
I figured I'd go ahead and do that. If you're in my streams often, then you've probably seen him in the chat a couple times. But yeah, so... A lot of you guys were just wondering, because I've told a lot of stories on my channel about how me and my dad used to game and stuff like that, or still do. Stuff like that, so...
Hopefully I get to share in the money once it comes too, right? Right now.
Hopefully, yeah.
Right.
Call of Duty Championships, CoLiNieS edition. But, so I'm just going to go ahead and ask you a few questions that I've got a lot of people asking me.
Alright.
So, first of all, do you play any games?
Actually, I do. I'm an Xbox guy. Unfortunately, we can't afford 2 Wii U's. But I play Call of Duty a lot. I used to play Madden. It hasn't changed much in a few years, so I don't really enjoy it as much. A little NCAA here and there, and I'm a big Assassin's Creed fan. I like to play that game as a solo. On the campaign, but I like multiplayer in Call of Duty. I'm Solid Iron Division, so you can look for me out there. Combatant Leaf is my name on Xbox. So
he's taking friend requests.
Right, I'm taking team requests so I can win some games.
Yeah, he's a big fan of the league play.
Yeah, I like the new league.
I got him into league play a lot, so he's been doing that a lot, and it's like a little joke because he's always in the Iron Division.
Hey, I finished #1 at the end of each season so far, the last 3. So
he's about that Iron Division.
I can't get any higher. I'm trying.
But yeah, so another question, or something I just kind of wanted to bring up, is that you're kind of the person that really got me into gaming a lot, especially when like me and Emma were kids. You would always like play GameCube with us and stuff like that, and games like Mario Sunshine and Luigi's Mansion.
I guess to tell the truth, it was a babysitting technique is what it came down to when you and your little sister were real young. I liked the game. I was a master of buying the wrong system. So I always had, Sega, Saturn, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But when we got the GameCube and started playing Super Mario Sunshine is when I think my boy here developed his love for the games. But he forced me to play that game until we beat it. So we played it nonstop. That in Paper Mario, if I remember correctly.
Oh my goodness, Paper Mario, Thousand Year Door for sure. That's the game. I always tell people that's the game that pretty much taught me how to read.
Right. Well, with the linear aspect of it, you got to move from one section to another, and it taught you a lot of things.
It's very dialogue heavy too.
It is very dialogue heavy. There's no doubt about that.
And so, like, I don't know, like I always I didn't want to feel like I was missing that part of the game. So whenever I'd be playing it, I'm sure it was probably a lot of, or very annoying when like you'd just be doing something, I'd run up to you and I'd be like, can you read me this part of Paper Mario?
It did happen a lot, but it was one of the things I liked. So I mean, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the time that it gave us to spend together too. So
yeah, sure. So that was definitely a lot of fun. And then as I got older, we had the PS2.
Yep, the PS2. Oh yeah, our first online experiences.
Oh man, the online days. I remember down at Grandma's house we used to have the dial-up modem.
Yep.
And we used to unplug the phone line so that when we were in the middle of a Madden game that it wouldn't go out.
Because if the phone rang and somebody answered it, it disconnected us.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
you are that old, aren't you? Wow.
Yeah, I know. It's been a long time.
That's the good stuff right there.
Yeah, so I mean, we used to always play Madden online. I remember back when... we would, try to get into, a higher division or something. So every time we lost a game, we would always, remake our
Create
accounts.
a new EA Sports account?
I had so many emails because of that.
I probably have 100 of EA Sports accounts.
And I never knew that, you could use the same password. So I always had, 1,000,000 passwords that I used.
Nice, that's good. Yeah, you had to change the email address, but the password you could use.
Yeah, I never knew that. I thought that if you had, you could only ever use one password.
That's funny, the memories.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
That was wild.
And then my cousin Josh, who was also a big part in me gaming, when he first started playing Call of Duty 4, I remember him and his friends in our basement, always playing Call of Duty 4. And I went down there one day and they let me try it out, and I think I went 0-25 every single game. And I'd always just try to run around trying to get a knife or something like that. And then when Modern Warfare 2 came out, I asked Dad if I could have it, and we did. So I got really into that, and he was never really into Call of Duty.
I never played a first-person shooter, so.
Yeah, we were more traditional gamers with more different kinds of games.
Right, storylines and plots.
And I don't know. It was just like Call of Duty to me was really addictive because it was just this game where you could just sink hours and hours and hours into it. All my friends had it and stuff like that. So, and then Dad one day, you know, he just started kind of getting into it with Josh, and we kind of became like the Call of Duty family almost.
Yep.
Like I remember, you know, me, my sister, Dad, Josh, we'd always be like taking turns on the couch on our little tube TV.
I remember your sister's first gamer tag was Call of Duty Girl.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's Call of Duty Girl 2010.
That's right. 30-day free trial.
Yep, 30 days.
The only thing you get free from Microsoft.
Right. and even if you sign up for that, they'll still charge your card if you forget to cancel it. Good old Microsoft.
Good stuff.
But yeah, so a couple questions I want to ask you. What's your favorite game of all time, or some of your favorite games?
My favorite game of all time? That's hard to say. I mean, I'm a Mario guy from back in the day because, you know, Game Boys and the Game Boy Advance had come out when I was, you know, in college. So I guess I liked Mario games. I remember playing Final Fantasy, and this is way back. I'm talking 6, 7, 8, somewhere around there. And I enjoyed that. You know, again, the linear aspect of accomplishing something on it was good for me.
Did you play Final Fantasy on like the SNES or like the PS2? Because eventually switched over, like PS1.
Actually, I may have played. I'm not sure about that, but we did a lot of N64 too. I don't think Final Fantasy was on that, but I don't remember what.
That's when Final Fantasy actually switched to PlayStation.
That may have been a PlayStation 1, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it probably was,
back then.
Especially with like the games you're talking about there, because that's when they decided to switch over to the PlayStation 1 because Nintendo was still using cartridges and stuff like that. I also remember a story you told me you used to play a lot of Tecmo Bowl.
Oh, we did that. That was our friends all got together. You know, when we were in college, we played Tecmo. You know, it was we did a draft for picking the teams. You know, who got to pick first because everybody wanted San Francisco because nobody could stop the Montana to Rice deep play was unstoppable. And we put $5 down a person and ran it like a little bracket. Yeah. And we did that. We did that once or twice a week. We were without girlfriends, I guess is the best way to put that at the time. But it was a time for us all to get together. I forgot about the Tecmo Bowl.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that a long time ago.
That was the good times there. In fact, I still play fantasy football right now with the guys that I used to do that with.
Oh, really? Those guys?
It was kind of like a natural progression into the next level. So that was good. I forgot about the Tecmo Bowl.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I think that's pretty good commentary. Kind of got like an insight into, you know, how me and my dad play games and stuff like that, and it's pretty good commentary. So I thank you guys all for watching. If you could, go ahead and drop a like on the video. Make sure to let us know if you liked it. And my name's CoLiNieS, and I'm out.
Hey, great. Keep supporting the CoLiNieS.